All right, this is a video on layers and artboards. First thing that I want you to do at your computer, if you want to follow along, that is just open up a new file. Whatever version of Illustrator you're in, it shouldn't be much different. Just file new or create new. It doesn't really matter. I don't really care at all what you do at this point in terms of sizes. I always go with the most common size. I do want you to notice right over here where it says artboards that you can increase the number of artboards, and what that's going to do is it would give you a whole bunch of artboards, and you're probably sitting there like, what are artboards, right? Well, let's add two, and we'll talk about what they are. The easiest way to describe what an artboard is it's just pages. So rather than just having one screen or one thing you can print, you can actually print multiple pages. So this would be 2 pages. It's called an artboard because of the fact that they basically want you to use InDesign to make magazines and stuff like that. But technically, if you want to go through the hardship of it, you could do it in here, which I don't. But if you had like 10 versions of a logo and you wanted to show somebody each of those versions of that logo on 10 different pages, you could just create different artboards rather than cramming it all on one artboard. Etc., etc. So whatever use you can find for it, great. Now, first thing I want you to note about artboards is there's an artboard tool. So you can grab the artboard tool and just click on it. It's right here. Your artboards have names. We'll talk about how we can rename them, but you can move these around. And you can obviously create new artboards. Now I'm in Essentials Classic, so you might be looking at Essentials or something different, which can be a little bit more confusing, but Essentials Classic is what I'm in. But if you're really confused, just go to Window and work your way down to Artboards, which is right here, and you can see your artboards. Now this is Artboard 1, and this is Artboard 2. It's normally right beside the layer panels. And basically, you can keep adding artboards just by clicking. Say new artboard. And the new artboard is going to be the same size as the last artboard. And now I've got 4 artboards. And the first page 1 is artboard 1, and so on and so on. Things are actually out of order. Like artboard 2 is actually is the last thing you'll see. By the way, when you double click these, you'll actually go to them. See, you can't tell because of the fact they're all the same, but let me drag this up here. So I'm going to drag Artboard 2 underneath Artboard 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the order they're going to print in. And again, if I want to move these around, I can come over here and I can move them around. So what if I want to make a copy of the artboard, right? Well, I just showed you. What if I want to do it manually? Well, you could also click up here on the Create New Artboard button. You could hold down the Alt key and drag out an artboard, just like that. I'm going to press Control Z to get rid of it. But if I want to rename it, just double click it and change the name. Maybe that's number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and this is number 4. What if I want to resize an artboard? Well, you can do it manually just by clicking on the artboard, and you could shrink it down. You'll see the dimensions changing right up here. Look up here. Width and height. You could type that in manually if you wanted to control it. That drives me nuts. Let me turn this thing off. Squirrel. Right? I get distracted easily. Alright, so this is how you can move an artboard around. You can control the order right over here in the artboard panel. One thing that you might find kind of interesting, I'm probably overthinking it, but if I were to get an image off the web, like I'll go grab something. Let's see what I've been looking up on the internet. So let's just type in monkey. We'll go get ourselves a monkey off the internet. Hopefully nothing weird pops up. All right, pretty normal stuff. Okay, there's a monkey. Look how cute the monkey is. There we go. Copy the monkey. I used to go to Monkey Island at the Cleveland Zoo. I think it doesn't exist at this point. It was one of the grossest places. Those monkeys are nasty. They're cute, but nasty. But here we go. So let's say that I put him inside this artboard. Cool trick that you'll see repeated in other videos is if you have this selected, you can go to Object, Artboards, and Fit to Selected Art. And whatever artboard you're on will actually fit to that art to that board. Oh look, a problem happened. That's good. Look, actually, it thought I was on Artboard 3 for some crazy reason I don't understand. So look what happened here. We've got two artboards on top of each other. This is a fortunate mistake because the fact, like mistakes happen. I could press undo, I suppose, and try and fix it. But I'll show you both ways. I could just move this over and then change the order. So this is number 1 and then rename everything. And, all that's a pain. But I'm just saying I could. What else could I do? Well, I could just make sure I can put the monkey on Artboard 1 and then make sure Artboard 1 is selected by clicking it. Okay? And now when I select the monkey and go to Object and Artboard and Fit to Selected Art, it'll actually take Artboard 1 and and still be in the order that I intended. And it's not going to mess my order up. By the way, check this out. Let's say I make a copy of Artboard 1. Okay, I'm going to hold down the Alt key or go like this. It copies the monkey, which you may or may not want. I don't know. There's a button right here. It's Move Copy Artwork with the Artboard. You can select it, and then if you don't want the monkey to come with you, it won't come with you. But by default, he's coming with you. If you create a copy, you'll see the monkey did not come with me. So if you use the Alt method, you're going to run into that problem. Now let's talk about layers real quick. Okay, actually, let's just make that a separate video. Okay, maybe I'll cut this part out. Maybe I won't. But we'll do a separate video for that.